I know you've heard it 1,000 times. Websites are important, but boy, can they take forever. But why do they take so long? And how long should it take? Hi, I'm Sarah, your friendly neighborhood marketing gal, and today I'm going to talk about what makes website development projects take forever and how to avoid common pitfalls. Let's dive in. First of all, let's address the obvious question. What does a typical timeline on a website build look like? Well, it depends. I know, but hear me out. Timelines are dependent on a variety of factors, including how many pages you want to create, the functions you want to include, and whether you already have your content bits and bobs ready to go or not. However, if you're developing a website with a website developer, it can take as little as 6 weeks or up to even 6 months. On the other hand, if you're having a website shell created and you're just inserting your content and images into that shell, timelines can be greatly reduced. But what causes a website project to take so long sometimes? Every project has its own particular linchpin, but from my experience, here are the most common reasons a project is delayed. They are communication, commitment, and content. This trifecta of doom is what causes website design projects to fall flat and hard. So here are a few tips to help you avoid these delays and help your project complete on time. Look, communication isn't everyone's strong suit, but it's necessary. Regardless of who you're working with, establish the best and preferred methods of communications with everyone involved to reduce friction. Some folks just aren't great with email, and others hate phone calls. So find a happy middle ground and make everyone flow easier so nothing's missed. Oftentimes this can be through asynchronous messaging that combines video, text, and audio. I've linked a few tools that are great for this in the description below. The reason communication is the first pitfall is because if it goes bad, the project just stops. And when the communication is unclear, wishy-washy, etc., it doesn't help either. Be decisive. When your developer asks for feedback on something, don't be mean, but be direct. Next on the trifecta of doom is commitment. Committing to a website project mentally is one thing. Understanding that commitment is another. I can't count how many times I've made this mistake myself with projects. I've neglected to ask how committed a client was or when they really wanted the website live. And because of that, the project has lingered on for way too long. When timelines and commitments are neglected, you are unwittingly putting projects into a tailspin. Before starting a project timeline needs to be created that both parties need to agree and respect. There's nothing like you realizing midway through a project that you only have 2 hours a month of free time to review things from the developer because this project is during your busy season, or that the developer will be gone for an entire month in the middle of a project for a month-long vacation they completely forgot to tell you about. That will stall a project every time. And hey, if you found this information helpful so far, please tap that like button. And while I'm on the topic of commitment, if you haven't subscribed yet, take that leap. Yeah, you should. Moving on. And finally, content. I've lost count how many times a website development project has been delayed because we're waiting on bios for employees, service page information, new photos for projects, you name it. What I've noticed is that clients have the best of intentions when a project starts to write their own content, but in reality, not everyone is a writer. And that's okay. Seriously, it's okay to get your website content written for you, and in a lot of cases, it's actually the better way to go. That's because talented website content writers know how to capture your company's unique voice to write your content that provides all the information your customers need to know that also drives conversions. If you're feeling weird about it, this practice is actually super common. In fact, content creation is one of the most outsourced items for website development. All right, let's recap. Website design and development projects can take as little as a few weeks and up to 6 months on average, depending on your particular scope items. When setting up communication methods, remember to find a solution that works for everyone involved. There will be some compromising, but don't let it stop the project. Oh, and don't be wishy-washy, be decisive when asked for feedback. And if you're unclear for specifics, ask from your developer on how to provide that feedback. Next, be realistic about your commitment level and create a timeline that everyone can agree on, fits within everyone's availability window and capacities. If you don't have a set deadline, create one, please, just do it. And finally, don't let content be the bane of your existence. If it needs to be outsourced, just consider it. This could be a great investment to your company. In my experience, it's been well worth it every single time. Now that you know all the parts of the trifecta of doom and how to avoid it, go out there, go forth, and crush your website project. If you found this information helpful, please tap that like button so this video can find its way to others. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do it! I share lots of marketing content without all the jargon. That's it for now. I'm Sarah from Third Angle. Thanks for watching. Oh, website develop. Oh wow, I read that totally wrong. Timelines are die line. If you found this website information reading hard.